What is a limited liability limited partnership? Hi, I'm attorney Paul Deloughery. Now, I'm making this video because it's the time of year now when I'm going to be reaching out to my clients who have these and reminding them that it's time to file the annual report. And I'm sure that some of them are wondering, why do I have this thing that ends in LLLP? And if any of them or you are maybe searching on the internet, you'll find that most attorneys just use straight up limited partnerships. So let me explain why the two extra L's may or may not make a difference for you. So think of it kind of like this. If you have a car or a pickup, you need to maintain it, and you need the appropriate vehicle with the appropriate safety features. Okay, now maintaining it, one of the things that I send out to my clients is just a little reminder that it's a good idea to keep annual minutes for the business entity. And frankly, that goes for LLCs or corporations or any business entity. It shows that you're operating the business as a business and you're keeping records, and that's just what's expected historically. If, God forbid, things should ever wind up in court and you have to prove that your business is actually a business and actually gives you liability protection, which is a big deal and one of the main reasons that people form business entities anyway. So I'm going to put a link in the notes, or whatever they're called in YouTube, to a blog post that I did about minutes. But that's not the topic of today. The topic of today is what's an LLLP. So this has to do with the right safety features, okay? Using my analogy, sorry, I switched there without letting you know. Using my analogy of a car or a pickup truck. So, you know, it may or may not be important for you to have four-wheel drive or different other features in the vehicle. Okay, I'm going to stop with the analogy here. This is going to get too strange. For a limited partnership, the vast majority of both asset protection attorneys and estate planning attorneys use just plain limited partnerships, and that's fine. Let me explain why I use the limited liability limited partnership. Okay, so first of all, let me talk about what a limited partnership is. Just very briefly, it's a partnership. So typically, like as an estate planning attorney, there would typically be a revocable trust and an irrevocable trust. And those are the two partners of this family limited partnership. And the revocable trust, which is you, the client, is the general partner of the entity. And so you, okay, I'm going to switch to my analogy again. It's like you have the steering wheel, okay? So you can drive the thing. You have control of the limited partnership. But the ownership is actually outside of your name in a limited partner. Okay, so it's like the vehicle, maybe you don't own the vehicle, but you can still drive it around. Okay, so if you get sued, I'm thinking of a pickup truck here. Okay, so if you get sued driving the pickup truck, the creditor is not going to be able to take the truck because someone else owns it. Okay, hopefully that made sense. All right, so so the idea of the limited partnership is you have two different aspects to it. You have the driver's part, and then you have, you know, the back end of the pickup. I don't know if that's you have the ownership. You know, the vast majority of the ownership is outside your name. So the 99% limited partnership share, I'm using that as an example, but the limited partnership share does not control things. So you're able to get things outside of your name for asset protection or estate planning, estate tax planning, for example, and you still maintain control. So that's great. Now, I do the limited liability limited partnership for this reason, because one of the big deals that we do, one of the main reasons, or a reason I'll say, that people come to my law firm is they're wanting long-term planning for the family. So if your goal is just asset protection during your lifetime and you don't really care what happens after you die, then maybe a limited partnership is fine. Or if your main concern or only concern is estate tax planning, reducing estate tax, then a plain old limited partnership is also probably fine, or can be. Now, the name of my law firm is Sudden Wealth Protection Law, and a lot of people are confused about that. Here's why it has that bizarre name. Okay, so it's that I'm focused on also making sure that when the wealth transfers from one generation to the next generation, that it works, that there's not fighting, that the kids don't squander things, they're not suing each other, being irresponsible with the money, that kind of thing. And so from that standpoint, when we're looking long-term with children, maybe grandchildren, maybe the grandchildren don't even know each other, because they're cousins at that stage. Maybe they don't know each other. They might not like each other. And at that point, whoever's in control of this family holding company, this limited partnership, could get sued, for not managing things properly, not, all that kind of stuff. So the 2 extra L's, okay, the limited liability refers to the general partner and making sure that whoever is in control of the limited partnership is not going to get sued for how he or she is managing the limited partnership. So there you have it. If you have any questions about this, let me know. For some people, maybe it just makes sense to convert back to a limited partnership. If you have the LLLP, the downside, okay, I told you kind of the plus side. The plus side is it just offers more protection. The downside is, at least here in Arizona, and I suspect this is the case in other states, that you have to file an annual report. So that can be a pain. Anyway, so that's basically the downside. It's really the only downside that I know about, other than having to write 2 extra L's when you write the name. So there you have it. Hope that explains some things. If you have any questions, just give me a call, 602-443-4888. We're here to help, and thanks for watching.